What's up fam, it's your boy YH Otaku. Weather is getting hella good in the UK, Mr. Sun-san is out every other day, and your boy I is hella positive recently cause I'm back home, no uni to worry about it, chilling with my boys and family, feeling hella blessed. But back to the main topic today. If you haven't realized from the last episode already, I am absolutely in love with Attack on Titan, aka Shingeki no Kyojin. A lot of you guys have really enjoyed my manga artist journey series and suggest bare manga artists for me to review, one of them being Hajime Isayama. Me being a huge Attack on Titan fanboy, I can't wait and do an episode on the great manga artist himself. If your favorite manga artist wasn't selected in this episode, don't worry, I have a list of them and I will knock them down one by one. Just comment down below whose manga journey you want to see next. So without further ado, let's begin today's video on the Manga Journey of Freedom, Hajime Isayama. And now, hit my intro fam. Hajime Isayama is born in the 29th of August 1986 at Oyama in the Oita Prefecture. Oyama is a quite small town with estimated around 3,700 people in the population, and they are well known for their agriculture. Judging by the picture, Oyama is a small countryside town that is surrounded by the mountains and nature, and that does play a huge role in the creation of Attack on Titan, which we will discuss later on in this episode. Growing up, Isayama isn't really academically intelligent nor physically strong, so basically he's the type of dude who gets mediocre score in the test and barely win anything in the sports day. In fact, based on his own interview, he mentioned that he is always really light in comparison to other people in his own age group.
Damn, my mom is light.
And due to his weak physique and body build, he has always been dominated by bigger and taller kids across all sports and competition. Like every well-known manga artist, he fell in love with one of our favorite mediums of all time, manga, at a really young age as well. Isayama knew he wouldn't do well academically to get a high-paying job, nor physically gifted enough to be an athlete. So during the Hita Rinko high school time, he poured all of his effort in drawing manga and started submitting his work. Like most manga artists, he doesn't want anyone to know about his dream of becoming a manga artist, especially his parent. But fate being fate, one day after school, Isayama came home and found out that his dad was looking at his manga work. He is shocked. His dad yelled,
"What kind of shit drawing is this? You will never become a good manga artist."
And that, among with many failures Isayama had faced during his early childhood, had become the key stepping stone in Isayama understanding what is meant to be a loser and an underdog, the feeling of being rejected and dominated by the cruel world. But Isayama didn't let these struggles and setbacks stop him from pursuing his dream. Instead, he doubled down on his own dream and went to Kyushu Designer Academia and studied manga design program. After he has graduated, he doesn't want to be tied down in his own hometown. Instead, he wants to explore his dream, and the one place he knew where he has a chance to seize that opportunity is the capital, Tokyo, aka Tokyo. Living in Tokyo obviously has its opportunities, but these opportunities are not free, and it does come with a cost, and one being the expensive living cost. On average, it costs around 140,000 yen, aka around $1,200, and around £1,000 as a living cost per month for a single person. And that is simply too much for a young 20 years old Isayama, hence he worked in the internet cafe to provide funding for survival. Meanwhile, during his free time, he works extremely hard to draw manga and pursue his dream. Unlike many manga artists, Isayama started with a banger, and that one manga made him extremely popular and wealthy, and the manga is Shingeki no Kyojin. Like we have mentioned before in the last few episodes, many manga artists went through a lot of struggles in their early career where they tried to find their own art style and storytelling. But Isayama is a completely different beast. He went into the manga world and made a complete banger from the get-go, but it has a catch. The caveat is that the Attack on Titan we love and know is technically not the same Attack on Titan he first submitted. Well, to be exact, not the full form, like a baby version. Picture this, it's like the child Goku from Dragon Ball before it reaches the Super Saiyan Goku we knew and loved from Dragon Ball Z. Interestingly, Isayama has submitted his work Attack on Titan to Weekly Shonen Jump magazine initially, but they didn't like his art style and story, so they advised him to change his art and plot to suit the audience taste. But Isayama doesn't want to alter what he truly wants to draw just to suit the fans' taste. Instead, he wants the freedom to draw his story and his own manga, which led him to apply for magazine Grand Prix from Kotaisha. Imagine you are Jump, you could have Attack on Titan and Boku no Hero in your arsenal, but you didn't because of this. That must hurt. Ouch! Ultimately, he achieved the Fine Work Award. Although it's nothing spectacular like the Tezuka Award, but for Isayama, this award is a recognition to his hard work, and it shows him that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. He has the ability to survive in this cruel industry where countless of manga artists have failed and died from exhaustion. One of the editor of Kodansha commented that although his artwork is really unpolished, but he really likes the fact that he spent all of these effort in drawing lines in characters' face to emphasize their facial expression, and that form of drawing did become one of the classic trademarks of Isayama's manga career, and it is widely recognized by many Japanese fans as the Isayama line. His one-shot of Attack on Titan in 2006 was included in the guidebook in the first Blu-ray, and funny enough, in the original one-shot they did not have vertical maneuvering equipment. Instead, you see our main protagonist jumping across buildings like a Superman. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. By 2008, 2 years after the Attack on Titan one-shot, Hajime Isayama have produced 2 more one-shots with Heartbreak 1 and Odds. Both of them received the Special Encouragement Award in back-to-back Weekly Shonen Magazine Freshman Manga Award. During Isayama's early manga career, he learned a lot about manga from his teacher Sato Yuki, the author of Yokai no Osa-san, and the manga that has influenced Isayama a lot is Project Arms by Ryoji Minagawa and Kyoichi Nanazuki. By 2009, 3 years into his manga career, Isayama started feeling the financial pressure from living in Tokyo. He needs to start serializing his manga and earn some money in order to survive in the tough Tokyo before he burned all of his money in the path of pursuing his dream. So he went back to the beginning, the starting point of his career, a stage full of passion, creativity and freedom. He puts everything he has into the really same manga that initiated his dream into reality, Attack on Titan, and his decision was indeed proven correct. The inspiration behind Titan eating humans is not 100% clear, but there's a couple of theories online suggesting different ideas. One being that Isayama was heavily influenced by the Alien beta from a 18+ novel game Moth Love.
I knew he's a fucking weeb since day one.
While others say he's influenced by the Ultraman monster from the classic Japanese live-action TV show. Finally, Isayama the author himself did mention that human-eating giant idea is inspired partially by cannibalistic Mona Lisa from chapter 34 of Jigoku Sensei Nob. One of the key reasons why Attack on Titan is such a huge success is the intense emotion that Isayama being able to convey through the medium of manga. He uses a lot of different techniques to emphasize the characters' facial expression and their emotion, like the famous Isayama line that we have mentioned before. In addition, he spends a huge amount of time thinking about what phrase/word a character should say and how he can deliver the most amount of impact through speech. Many of these lines arrive from his own experience and memory, which many audience can relate to and appreciate. And one of the most famous lines being "The world is cruel," aka "Sekai wa Sangoku" by Mikasa. I think many of us, the reader, can appreciate this line with our own experience, and because of our own experience, the line/phrases triggers more intense emotion and stick to our heart and brain longer than some cool phrases that a random main protagonist would say in a shonen manga. Speaking of Mikasa, her name is rumored to be inspired from the Imperial Japanese Navy battleship in World War I, and the reason behind this is that Isayama believes if the main protagonist is named after a battleship, the series would do really good.
Well, he's not wrong technically. Look at Kantai Collection, they're killing both the online game and my waifu list.
You know what I'm saying, son? Back to the main topic, another key contributing factor to the Attack on Titan success is no doubt the anime. In 2013, Wit Studio have produced the hypest anime in recent history. Its impact can be seen in the Google search trend and the pure amount of normie talking about the anime. Heck, even your mama and your neighbor's mama down the road is talking about it. The hype was crazy, man, so much so that China banned them due to violence influence on the children, and ultimately they racked up a ridiculous 56,000 Blu-ray and DVD sale in the first week of sale in 2013, which is crazy, man. The anime has pushed Attack on Titan to a whole new level of success, and Isayama is not purely riding the cocktail of the hype train. Many people often find Isayama going to the studio and giving advice to the voice actor and actress about his opinion on what kind of feeling a character should experience at a certain point of the plot to help them out. Another reason why Attack on Titan is so damn good is the plot, and that arises from Isayama spending days to think about the plot and create the story that he wants to draw, not the story that the reader wants. There is a story online saying that during the down period of Attack on Titan, Isayama have implemented his own idea of turning Eren into a giant to fight over Titan. At that time, a huge amount of people hated the idea and made Isayama question his manga ability, so much so that he went to an online blog and asked a question on whether or not he should write story to please the fans solely, and one person replied and said,
"I will never read a story that the author wrote to please the fan."
That statement shocked him. Ever since that moment, Isayama is determined to write his own story, and that is the best decision he could ever make at that time. I think getting rejected by Shonen Jump magazine might be a blessing in disguise, as it gives him a huge amount of time to spend on articulating a good story every single month, instead of rushing a half-finished product in the weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Finally, I want to talk about the core theme of freedom we see throughout Attack on Titan. The inspiration is probably arise from Isayama's own desire to get out of his own small town to explore the whole world freely. Like I've mentioned before, Isayama's town is surrounded by mountains, so young Isayama is extremely curious on what is beyond the mountain and what the world is like outside of this enclosed town. We can clearly see that in his work, where the wall is used to protect elderly people and at the same time stripping away their freedom of movement. A range of different forms of freedom is heavily explored in the series, from freedom of transport to freedom of exploring the world, to freedom to pursue the dream, to freedom of dictatorship, to freedom of being a livestock to predator, to freedom of human right, to freedom of emotion and relationship. Finally, Isayama presents to us a rhetorical question via Ellen to ask the true nature of freedom in the last episode.
向こうにいる敵全部殺せば俺たち自由になれるのか。
Isayama Fun fact, one of the methods that Isayama used to relax and prevent himself from becoming a psychopath is while watching idol group Momoi Clover Z.
I knew it. Weebs love idol.
A blink of an eye, 6 years has been passed since I first met Attack on Titan in 2013. A lot has changed since. I still vividly remember my young naive high school days where I messed around with my boys after school in the local corner shop where we chat about girls and sports, to now where I pursue my own dream in university doing a degree I am absolutely in love with. At the same time, Attack on Titan has changed a lot as well. Eren went from an edgelord Sasuke-like character who always tried to avenge for his family to a mature soldier questioning and thinking about the ideology of freedom. The author Isayama has changed a lot as well. He went from a young shiny superstar to an established legend that left his mark in the manga community and the history. And he's now 32 and married.
Damn it, I'm still single. Hashtag Taco Life.
The success of Attack on Titan is growing day by day, month by month, and year by year, with 2 movies being produced and 3 anime seasons being made, and countless of spin-offs being produced. But every beginning has an end, and I can't wait to see the final part of the masterpiece by fall 2020. Finally, I want to say thank you so much, Hajime Isayama sensei, for your awesome work. I myself personally have learned a lot of lessons from researching about the manga artist's journey, from creativity in Hunter x Hunter from Yoshihiro, to equivalent exchange in Fullmetal Alchemist from Arakawa, to imagination in JoJo from Hirohiko, and now freedom in Attack on Titan from Isayama. Once again, I am so grateful for witnessing all of these awesome works and lessons I learned, and I hope I have taught you a thing or two in these videos. Comment down below on which manga author I should do next. Like, comment and subscribe because that's gonna help me out a lot as a content creator and help us grow together in this journey to become the best anime YouTuber we could be. And have a nice day. I'm out. Peace!